RRF1 here, F2 Singapore, and it's me, Robbo, that's going to be solo streaming it tonight. Good old free qualifying session, so I'm probably going to bore you all to death, so can't wait for that. So here we go, we've got Tomster and Scotty running away with that championship. Wonder who's going to take pole today. My bets, I'll have to give it to Tomster at the moment. I haven't really seen anyone that's going to be that quick to beat him. Maybe Scotty pulls a full one wonder. Hopefully it's not raining because I want this to be over pretty quickly because of a stupidly long race. 31 laps. I wonder what they're going for with the tyres. So here we go. Looks pretty dry at the moment. That's pretty good. Oh no. Obviously Q1 will be skipped hopefully. And PTR has joined right now. You've got to be kidding me. Yet to see the new guys, Gary Braden, or Braden, whatever you want to call him. Hightower. I know of Ralph, so Benjamin's Prime, sorry. King Chris. I know Jimmo because I raced with him on a Friday, so they're pretty quick. I reckon Ralph could trouble Topster, who I think's got a pretty demanding lead in GP. Oh, sorry, I keep saying GP2. In F2, I think the Red Bulls are dominating the constructors. Let's see if Dragoon can get a good result today. I know he's had a rough couple of weeks. Keeps doing a hokey pokey with the league. Hokey pokey, sorry. Liver the Possum, the only North American in the group at the moment, doing well. Well, the only one in Williams. Oh no, I think John is part of Williams now as well. That's where Whiffy Winner used to be. You know, it's really hard to tell, but between a Mercedes and a Williams on the colour, it's proper annoying. I just gotta wait for everyone to retire, which could be either now or in 16.5 fucking minutes. Oh, and someone's going out on track. Quality. I hear a car, and it looks like it's Gary Braden, who definitely needs to come out right now. Fucking Hypersofts. Wish I had something to commentate on. That'd be great, wouldn't it? So I don't know what Gary Braden is doing, but fair play. 3 viewers, quality. Gary Braden, let's stick on board with him. Totally needs to be out there right now. 15 drivers. Let's stick on board because I'm already pretty fucking bored. Let's get the Q2 lads. Let's actually retire. Don't know why people are out on track. And Kajas is out as well. Quality lads, I wanted to do Q1 for no reason. Oh, let's have a look at the chat. Yep, no wonder I've lost 3 viewers. No one should be out on track right now. Hey, everyone's retiring, woo! Alright guys, just give me something to talk about, because I've got nothing to talk about. Apart from these guys who are just taking a mick. Alright, people are starting to retire, quality times. Obviously Gary Braden is going for a lap. Oh, is he? Or was it an installation lap? No, he's actually going for a lap. Good time. So he's obviously new to the game. Realises 15 drivers go through to the next round. Oh, we almost lost it there. Back end sliding. 3, Positively glad he's hosting me. I'll get a bit more views maybe. Massive from Dragoon. You alright, Ralph? How's it going? You must be pretty bored as well, watching people go around the track. This track, I like this track. It's been pretty good to me over the years. Biggest win percentage around here for me, but this game's a bit annoying with the ERS around here. It tends to run out just for the end, and this guy's gonna. This guy might bin it and miss out on Q2 when he doesn't need to do this. He's gone. Oh, who's gone? Right, into the last sector now. He's risking his car. Oh, he could have lost it there. Oh, he's actually lagging. Okay, decent. This guy's risking his car being totaled. It's totally what you need. Also, he's wasting a set of tyres. Yeah. Dragoon took his wheel off. Oh no. When you don't need to be, you don't need to do any laps around here. Literally. You're risking it, guys, by going out. I'm just saying. It's okay. It's part of the learning progress. Oh, hey, he's retired. He must have seen my stream or got a million messages saying retire. One of the two. Obviously, you got Benjamin's Prime not retiring, King Chris not retiring either. 39.3 from Cadjas, top time. Totally need to do that. We've just got to wait for Benjamin's Prime, King Chris, to realise they can retire. I think I've said retire more times than I need to right now. I'm getting so frustrated already. Come on, guys, keep me company because I'm in disbelief. Here we are. One more to go. Here we go. One more, and I can start celebrating like a fucking retard. Yes, make Q2 great again. Why is the ghost hosting me? I don't think I gave permission for that. Obviously needs to be hosting. So there we go. Gary Braden with a top time of 1:37.5, 1.7 seconds clear of Cadjas, and everyone else is super slow. Come on, guys, why don't you set a time in Q1? Right. I wonder if it's raining in Q2. If anyone can give me the whatever. Who is this Rob Kid stream? Never heard of him. I'm a new guy. Pretty boring, like, because I'm in the commentator at the moment. Make sure it doesn't. Don't worry, Ghost won't get in this time. We have a foolproof plan. Answering to Cookie's message. I've never heard of you again, so if you're new to the stream, welcome. We do Sunday races if you're interested. Also, PS, love you, Josh. So, 9 viewers, loving it right now. Who we got out on track? Is it Lennon? My good friend Lennon. And the safety car is excited, having a bit of a Christian Horner leg jiggle there. Tell you what, every time I see his McLaren, I want to puke. Put it in this view, better angle. I can actually see today. For some reason, when it rains around here, you literally can't see anyone. It's fucking weird. I reckon. I wouldn't say good job. Cut off point. Oof. What do you reckon, guys? Cut off point for getting to Q3. Put it in the stream. What do you reckon? I reckon a 37.8. for the cut-off point to get into Q3. Strategy around here is a close one between a 1-stop and a 2-stop. Personally, I'd go for the 1-stop because basically you don't want to make it more what's the word, dangerous. You're pitting twice, you could get yourself 5 seconds stop-go penalty. You have to stop quite reasonably slow around here, 37 miles an hour. So I wouldn't risk it. Personally, going ultra soft is the best way. But if you want to be a bit, we're stopping for McDonald's for that one. We are 137.8. Put your bets in. Winner gets a shout out to who guesses the right cut-off point. So here we are. I think Lennon's the first across the line. No pressure, bro. On the ultra soft, I better get the tyres up, and that'll be good, Rob. Right, so Lennon on the ultra soft. Thompson on the wets. Shout out to him. Quality choice. So obviously he can start start the race on any tyre he gets into. If he gets into Q3. So Lennon first set the time of a of a 27.3. If he's got the ERS down. For some reason you run out of ERS around here pretty early. You want to try and run none for like a really slow couple of corners. Oh god, that McLaren just looks hideous. I'm not a massive fan. Oh, he's almost in the wall. He's in the wall. Has he got any damage? He's lost his front end plate. That's not good. Obviously, he's watching the stream and I put him off. So we'll come off with him. So high tower on the softs. Whiffy. I think he's lagging a bit there. I really hate this bit here. That curb there just sticks out on you. I think I don't know if he's going slow or building up for a lap. Who knows? So Kajas in another McLaren. I don't know why I keep going to the McLaren's for. So Lennon on a 140.0. Yeah, he did damage his wing after all. So it's expected. I would have just pitted after I got damage on my front right end plate. So Scotty on out lap. He's on a flying lap here. Anyone? High tower bean. Goes on a 1:39.3. Fast lap of Q2. I'd imagine people will go quicker than that. Whiffy on a 43. That's not going to be good enough. So Gary Braden, so Benjamin's Prime, 38.7, and that's a big corner cut from Gary Braden. I don't think this lap's going to count. Yeah. Ooh, 36.3 from Jimmo. Yeah. I know he's got a bit of pace around here. Where's Ralph? Is he on a lap? Let's stick on Ralph for a minute. Around the final 2 turns in a Renault, does a 38.3 on ultras. He's 2 seconds off of Gemmo. Surely he must have made a mistake. Because I know them guys are pretty close in pace. So he's on a lap. Stick on board with Gary Braden, see if he's running pretty low on ERS, but I reckon he'd be fine for these last twisty sections. He's actually almost 2 tenths up on his time, so stick on board with him. He did do a 37.1 on his first run, which was invalidated at the end because he basically forgot. Well, I would say he mowed the grass, but there is no grass around it. Coming through the last couple of corners. I really dislike this bit here. It really unsettles the car. And through here, you just got to take as much speed as humanly possible. Does a 1:37 dead, and he's invalidated again for some reason. He must have validated both laps. So let's go on board with Scotty, who I believe is in second place in the championship behind Tomster. No assists, obviously. Bit of a lock up there going into that hairpin. Gets on the power reasonably early. Soft tyre, and he's on for an alright lap, to be fair. Not quite sure what the sorry, the weather is for the race. Maybe if people are going for softs, maybe it means the rain is halfway through the race. Maybe that's the only reason why I think people will try and qualify on the soft tyre. If they saw maybe the rain was 20 minutes in. Obviously you can do the whole race on softs if you really wanted to. I mean, I wouldn't, because the degradation is just ridiculous. So Scotty comes around on 39 dead. Not bad. So yeah, all the soft runners seem to be on like 39, mid 39s, which is reasonable. I would say about 2.5 seconds off the pace of the hyper softs, because obviously that's a good couple of compounds, about 3 compounds softer. Who's in the drop zone? So we've got Gary Braden. He's going back out on. Keeps doing that. I think he's coming in the pits now, or he's saving up for another run. Nope, in the pits. So Tomster sitting on them wet tyres. Stick on board the Forester. See what he's doing. Pretty unlucky last week. Got pole, and then unfortunately Scotty outbroke himself and clipped his front wing. So Ralph has gone to second. That's a bit better from him. Only 8 tenths off of Jimmo now. So Forrester's looking. If he can get into the 38s, I reckon he might sneak through on them soft tyres. Going through the last couple of corners. I think. Is this a lap? I'm not quite sure. He's on for a 39. 40 dead, but I think it's invalidated since obviously his time didn't count. So at the moment, drop off point is a 39.5. 39.5, yes. So, but that's on the soft. I reckon if people go onto the ultras, we're looking at about, yeah, I'll say a 38 dead, 38.7. If people start putting more laps in on the hypers and ultras. People just try to sneak into Q3. I wouldn't want to start on the softs just because they take forever to heat up, and then anyone undercutting you, you're just gonna get swamped. Especially if you get damage on the first lap, then you gotta like do an extra stop. Stick on board with Forrester. So the run down at the moment, Jimmo on pole for Q2. So obviously, if you're new to the stream, new to F1, top 10, whatever tyres you qualify on, and you get into top 10, you have to start on the race on them tyres. And obviously Q3, you go bananas on hypersofts to get pole position, which I think is really good, because a couple of years ago we used to they never went out on Q3. Because, of course, the tyres they set pole on was the tyres starting the race on, and you used to get the most boring Q3 in the world, so it's good that they switched it up. Obviously, we had that horrible qualifying back in 2016 where it was like a knockout one. We'll never speak of that again. So Forrester comes around the last 2 bends. He's now on a fast lap. We'll come back to him in a second. Let's go on to King Chris. Is he on a lap right now? Nope, he is 8 seconds off. Not a lot of action. So let's stick on board with Lennon. Is he about to start a flying lap? No, I think he's at the end. 30. Oh no, and again that's been taken away. Obviously the first corner is probably what's catching everyone out. The first corner is a bitch. Tomster has decided the wets isn't a good call and has gone on to the ultra softs. Gary Braden does have the pace, he just needs to get a lap together. There we are. Everyone that's on the soft tyres now onto the ultras as predicted. So we're about to get an unreal last 3 minutes, which is, I don't know who's going to go out. It's a wet race. Is it a wet race? I don't know, Tom. No one's given me any indication of a wet race, but may God be with them if it is. I think because they're all going to ultras, I would imagine it's not a wet race as such. Otherwise, you'd probably see a lot more people staying on the softs, trying to get as much far into the race as humanly possible. Right, so Tomster really leaving it to the end to come out, put a lot of pressure on himself if he messes up in any way. 14th place is not the best place to start around this track, just saying. Although my first race with these guys, I started 16th and finished 3rd with 2 wing changes, but that was pure luck, everyone. No rain forecast, brilliant. That means there's not going to be 2-minute lap times for 31 laps, which is lovely. Bet is a safety car might come out. I wonder who will bin it first. Obviously we have no Kai Pollitt in here to have an easy call on that. So if you're watching the stream, Kai, I love you. So alright, second ball with Tom's there, championship leader. No pressure, Tom. I think that's a number 10. No, sorry, number 19. Just go on board. Here we go. Red Bull driver. You can cut more of that corner if you wanted to, but it gets the car straightened up into overtake mode. Wow, fair enough. I don't think it really matters around here, but you've got to try it. 26.8 for the first sector. Oh, he's running a bit wide, and he goes. I don't know if he got an invalidation there, but this corner, don't want to hit the wall on the right hand side, and he slightly hits it. And also the wall hit steps out on you as well. Through here, you don't want to be running any ERS because it's so twisty and tight. And then as soon as you get on here, if you go a bit wide here, the car seems to slide out of that and you lose a bit more time. But it looks like he will probably get into Q3 with this, unless so Gary Braden goes into second place just behind Jimmo on a 36.5. Also a Miss Scotty getting into the 36s as well on the ultra soft. King Chris retired. Hopefully that's not a permanent retirement. Gary Braden retires. Obviously he's done his lap time now. Where's that corner cut? I don't know. He has enough time to go again. If it is. 36.5 for Tomster. Red Bull 3rd and 4th. So who's on the cut off? Posglad, he needs to get himself into the top 10. He needs to get at least a top 5 this season. He started off well in F2, but he seems to have. Oh, I think he's done it. He's invalidated. Oh no! Oh no! I'm sorry, mate. I'm sure the race would be a lot better. You get to start on whatever tires you want. So, I was a second off for the cut-off point. You're alright, big. You're alright, BHG, mate. BHJ, sorry. How's it going? I felt sorry for you yesterday, mate. Sorry about the about that idiot. So, Whiffy winner. Everyone else is finished. So Forrester trying to get into the top 10. Forrester, 5 place grid penalty. That's never good. Whiffy winner gets into 5th. Nice lap. Ah, well, I wasn't far off the cut-off point. I think I put it to 37.8, and it's a 38.1. One still going. Thompson's on his lap. Forrester's out. Good news is for Forrester, he's only going to drop 1 place. So that 5 place grid penalty isn't. Oh, he hasn't crashed already. Yeah. Yeah, Mark's crashed already, mate. He somehow crashed in Q1 where you didn't have to go out, which is even funnier. Yeah, Whiffy has probably got one of the best laps. Oh, has Whiffy binned it? Whiffy's binned it. What has just gone on? How? I'm confused. See, this is why right. I make sure. And he's hit pause. He's hit pause. Pause is out as well. Pause is already out anyway. But oh dear. So Whiffy's winner's AI car has gone in the back of Poz's car. So therefore, Whiffy winner, after doing an unreal lap time, can't take part in Q3 because Codemasters is the greatest game in fucking history. I mean, this game is just getting on my nerves. It is just getting on my fucking nerves. Oh, I'm gutted for Whiffy because, yeah, now he can't take part. That is. I'd imagine he's throwing a controller or throwing the wheel somehow. Yeah. Tip for the future, guys: don't try when it says the checker flag. Try not to put a lap in, because chances are you could end up what Whiffy is there, and it's a shame for him. Yeah. Oh, squeaky bum moment. Oh. So there we go. No point saying the top 10 because that's not certain. What is certain is Benjamin's Prime in 11th, Kajas in 12th, Posglad in 13th, and Forrester with a 5 place grid penalty in 14th. Oh, right, lads, and lasses, sorry. Predictions for pole. I'm gonna stick it on. I reckon Tomster. I'm going to say Tomster still. I reckon he's got something in the back, well, in the bag. Jimmo, obviously I'll race with him on a Friday. He's got a bit of pace behind him, and we've got 9 drivers as predicted. It's a shame. Right, 12 minutes. We finally find out who's going to grab the Singapore Grand Prix. Oh, sorry, pole position. Just you have murdered everybody, soz, mate. Yeah, that is unreal. You've managed to give Forrester a 5 place grid penalty, and you've ended Whiffy's life. And the Mercedes are racing each other in the pits. Oh no, that was a decoy. Right. Who is the first out? Is it King Chris? And the safety car is got a bit of weird suspension there. Still. Generally can't wait to drive the Hasselman new game. I mean, it looks way better than this dull piece of shit. Grey, bit of red, mine, but I've always wanted to drive the Lotus back when with the gold and black. So King Chris 93 will be the first person to set a time. Don't want to really talk about Hightower. Pretty sure he used to race in the ESR days. Oh dear. This could be the one of the races where Red Bull really steal the constructors in F2. They've had a stellar season. I mean, crazy how they're first and second in the championship. But that's the old point of picking your own teammate. You know, I picked Cookie for that exact reason, and we're I wouldn't say dominating, but in the last 4 races, I think we picked up 4 wins between us both. So. Just a shout out to Cookie there for, you know, proving that he's not just the number 2 driver. I'll probably get hate for that comment, but Right, King Chris, here we go, first corner. No invalidation just yet. I think pole position will be a 35.8. Call on it now. Straight out the car nicely onto the DRS. See, this is the difference between Monaco and Singapore. You never get a DRS that long. There we go. Into the old Mickey Mouse chicane. This used to be a lot different, this part of the track. I miss the old part of the track, to be fair. Avoid the wall of death on the right hand side there, into the hairpin. Get on the power as quickly as possible. Into sector 3 now, 1:04 overall. This might put him probably into the mid 36s. Take as much curve as possible there. You can take more curve than that if you need to. You can literally ride it like rails. Oh, Thompson's first out, 1:35.9. Why did I miss that? I mean, sorry, Tom. Right, here we are, King Chris. 37. So at the moment, so what can Gary Braden do? Pick up this last sector. Jimmo, 35.3, smashed my predictions. I hate you, Jimmo. Scotty do. Second place in the championship. I imagine no assist around here is an absolute bitch. Comes through with a 36 dead. Just behind his teammate. Hightower being the only person to not set a lap time yet. Comes through probably the worst part of the circuit. He missed the apex there by a couple of meters. Last corner. 1:37. Oh, 1:36.9. 7th place. So 2 seconds covering the top 9. Just give me a rating, guys, on how I'm doing. You know, I don't want to sound dull. I am trying to put a bit of enthusiasm in my voice. If I sound like a boring, dull person, just give me a shout. Then I'll make it sound worse. 16 viewers, big shout out to them. I don't think I've got 16 followers, so. What is everyone jockeying for? Any questions, guys? Put it in the stream chat. Give me something to talk about while everyone's on their out laps. Well, in laps, sorry. So we have Jimmo, half a second clear of the field. Fair play to him. Oh, cheers, mate. Appreciate that. So Ralph, there we are. Third place, 35.8. Expecting to be a bit closer to Jimmo. I mean, I raced against Ralph at Monza. We had a good battle until these lap cars took us out. So I know he's got a bit of pace behind him when he puts his mind to it. Thompson down in 4th. Must have had a bad lap or something like that. Must have been an off lap for Thompson. Oh, yeah, hi. There's a big hype around Hightower. I was messaging, well, Poz and I were messaging, and there's a lot of hype around this guy. So no pressure, mate. Should be down to the 29s by now. Come on, what are you doing? Lennon, he's done a better lap, to be fair. 37.2. Still, unfortunately, 2 tenths off 8th place, but Lennon needs points around this track. He needs to, after a couple of bad races, well, I want to say bad races, inconsistent races, he needs to get in the points here. I'm backing him to get a top 7. what they need right now, you know where you see the F1 2018, they need a full track map so I can see who's about to cross the line, etc. Because it's very hard to tell who's where on the track. So Ralph come in, he's out lap. Ralph, keep doing that, it's really annoying. Never the possum. Now the only Williams driver in. Oh, I've been damaged doing that. No, he's fine. Right, tower. Alright, who's on the flying lap here? Come on, lads, give me some fucking action. Crash into a wall or something, come on. Alright. Thompson's going to be one to set his lap time. No pressure, Tom. Only a championship in the balance. I'm sure he's not worried. He's got a couple of points to Scotty. Nope, this is an in lap. Of course it was. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that. Stick on board with Gemmo. See if he can improve on his 35.3. Not a bad lap time. I've been doing 34.6s, 34.5s, so that's not too far off my time. Although I generally think I'm about 7/10 of the pace anyway, so. Here we go. Can Gemmo extend his advantage already, which is already half a second? I think he should be in a league above. If I'm honest, Gemmo's got the pace to be maybe fighting for points at the back with likes of Johnny Bravo and all them lot. But he's in F2. He needs to prove himself first, I think. So obviously it's a bit too late now to change him around. So here we go. 26.5 for the first sector. Wish I could just knew his first sector in the first place. It hasn't given me a split time. Also, they need split times. You know, down the bottom there, like you can like pick 3 drivers and you can see if they're up and down at a time. Man, I need to work at Codemasters basically. I could do so much great things with this game, but no, they got absolute retards. Although, give them credit, they brought in the custom liveries for the next game. So here we go. Oh, this could be a fast lap. I think that was a 1:02.7, I think, from Gemmo. Just needs to keep it in the black. Make sure he doesn't invalidate right at the end. So annoying when you do a perfect lap and then right on the last corner you decide to just cut that corner a bit more, just because you think you can gain a bit more time. It's one of the most frustrating things. So here we go. Last 2 corners. Looks pretty smooth. What's he done? 34.7. So that's literally what I'm doing in qualifying. That's pretty worrying for me. Since he's supposedly an F2 driver. And that's a cracking lap. He's only 1.1 seconds clear of second at the moment. Meh. As I was saying, he's just proven my point. Should be racing in the Elite League, in my opinion. But it could be a one-off track. We gave him third. Danny led. Yeah, the lap is ridiculous. Maybe he's just good at this track, you know. You know, one of them drivers that are just good at one track and then they're average for the rest. I don't know. We'll have to see what his race pace is like. So Gary Braden was second place. He's on for a 30. He's actually gone slower. Disappointing. So Ralph, can he do anything to match or even get close to Gemmo? Can anyone get within a second of Gemmo? Is the question here. Last couple of corners. I always get worried I'm going to corner cut there. Don't think he's going to get anywhere near. 1:35.4. He does get within 7 tenths of mine, so that's not too bad. Let's get on board with the championship leader. Halfway through his lap. I do not like this section of the track because defo are going to bottle it in the race. Oh, he's gone a bit deep into the hairpin. I think he's pushing a bit too much after seeing that 1:34 from Jimmo. I too would be sweating it. You know. Back on the old game, that used to be a extreme track limits, believe it or not. Somebody's got to try and ride that curb. It drags you around. So only 2 drivers to finish, which is Scotty and Thompson. Yeah, Thompson's first. Can Thompson get anywhere on the front row? I think he could. Oh, he does! 30, literally by 0.003 of a second. Gets P2. But 7 tenths. Oh dear, that was an interesting qualifying in the end. Jimmo 7 tenths ahead of the leader. Look at that. That's unbelievable. I did not expect that whatsoever. Fair play to Jimmo. Quality pole position. Got more pole position RRF1 than I do. That's good. Yeah, track extensions around this is pretty AIDS if I'm honest. Although when I did a practice race the other week, I didn't get a single warning, mine, but I think because I was just taking it easy. I probably should have done the order there. I can do it in a minute, it's fine. Didn't need. Okay, right, let's have a look. Call out the thing. So Jimmo on pole, obviously. Tomster second, Ralph third, Gary Braden in fourth, Scotty in fifth, Lil the Possum sixth, King Chris a decent seventh, Hightower eighth, and Lennon ninth. Whiffy winner, unfortunately couldn't get into Q3, starts 10th. Benjamin's Prime 11th, Kajas 12th, Posglad 13th, Jagoon 14th, and Forrester and PTR fill out the back row in 15th and 16th. Right, so Lennon on the hypers, so is Gary Braden. The thing is with this track, your front right tends to get roasted if it's a dry track. I think someone needs to brave it and go on softs, mate. You know, someone to put a spanner in the works. I think, you know, I think Forrester might go for that. Go for the soft. I could see Forrester doing that. I mean, he spent all of Q2 trying to go for the softs. Jimmo, I think a battle between Jimmo and Tomster could be fun. I'm hoping Jimmo don't run away with it. I think everyone doesn't want Jimmo to run away with it, but if he does, then fair play to him. I think Tomster realises he's not battling Jimmo in the championship and won't battle him too hard. Guys, just give me an idea of what the quality looks like. If it's really bad, just give me a shout. Obviously, there's not much I can do about it, but at least I'll know. Oh, I gotta wait. 44 minutes into the stream already. Blimey. It felt like 3 hours. That was good. 16 viewers. Blimey. Let's push it to 20. Come on, guys. Get your friends in. The good thing with softs, you can literally do the whole race. So you can be really annoying and just try and stick out on softs until a safety car comes out, and then put on the ultras. Save yourself a pit stop or two. Because I'd imagine the safety car will come out at one point in this race. I mean, someone's got to bin it around here. I mean, it's Singapore. Cheers, Swizz, mate. Appreciate it. Oh, do love a wait. This is like the worst moment when you're actually racing. It's just this little 5 minute build up. The butterflies in your stomach just gets to you. I mean, I think I end up pacing the room in this like 5 minutes, just trying to just trying to calm my nerves, which is strange because I mean it's not it's not esports level, but you still get that tension in your stomach. I've raced against Tom for since the 2015 game, and you think you'll get used to racing someone like that every year, but you don't. You don't. Mate, I can't even press A to start it. It's these guys have got to start it. Even if I wanted to start it, I couldn't. So I've literally got to sit here at the mercy and just watch this empty pit lane. And the guys that are pretending to do stuff on the pit wall there. I think the names need to be bigger though. The names need to be bigger so I can read them out. Yeah, I am racing tonight, mate. When in the really serious league that we race in. I think I already won it already, but and we are going. Too busy. Oh, for a minute there, I thought it was no formation lap. That just gave me anxiety. That did. Trick is around here. You don't want to. Trick is around here. You don't want to warm up your tyres too much. Like when I did my out lap, formation lap, I made sure my tyres are like 83 degrees, just so it gives me a bit more to play with in the race, and not get to that horrible 105 degrees. Well, yeah, 105, 106. If you get into them temperatures, your tyres it just feels like you're missing a part of your end plate. So what you need to do is you need to put your brake bias all the way back all the way back. Where was I? Yeah, brake bias all the way to the back, and then try and brake harder and longer into corners. Try and make sure you're not moving them fronts too much in the when you're lifting off the throttle. Yeah, it's a really pain in the neck. So at the pit window today, you probably want to be pitting between lap 8 and between lap 8 and lap 15. Anywhere between them times is good for the tyres. You don't want to be pitting too early because the tyres do drop off quite dramatically. Like out of nowhere, it just hits a cliff. I mean, it may look like you've got about 40% tyre wear, but your lap times are about 2 seconds off the pace, which is, you don't want that, because you think about someone pits, gets the undercut on you, and then you've lost track position. You don't want that. So if I was the top guys, I would be pitting between lap 9 and lap 10 to be precise. Luckily, the soft tyre has a higher temperature range, so you can push the soft tyre to the absolute limit and you'll be fine. So can Jimmo win his first RRF1 F2 race and knock the Red Bulls off their perch? Well, we're about to find out in the next about 45 to 50 minutes, depending on safety cars. If you guys want to predict your winners, go ahead. To be honest, I don't have the guts for that, personally. It's got me a good angle. Everyone's not in line, which is definitely annoying me. So 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Here we go. There's always a delay between the lights and them getting off the line for some reason. And Thompson's took the lead. Jimmo has dropped down to 3rd. Ralph into 2nd. So any crashes down the back here. Everyone seems to have got through pretty clean. Paused in 14th. PTR on the soft tyres. Let's get up these tyres, shall we? So we have the bottom 5 on softs against the top lot on ultras. So Thompson in the lead by 2/10 of a second. High Tower Bean has made a position on Scotty. Scotty seems to be going backwards. Whiffy Winner already up to 8th. Solid from him already on the back of Scotty. Tomster is dropping everyone. Ralph under rip pressure from Jimmo. Everyone seems to be pretty spaced out at the moment. Anyone got damage yet? Tomster already opened up to a 1 second lead. He's got the bit between his teeth. He sees that championship with his championship rival down in 7th place. Jimmo really wants that 2nd place back after a very disappointing start. Doesn't want to make too many risks though. It's very hard to overtake around here. Here we got Scotty on the back of High Tower Bean. Oh, High Tower Bean losing the back end. Scotty is seeing his finger. Who's that pitting? Gary Braden. Why is he already pitting? What's happened? Did he damage his car? I don't know. So Ralph closed up the gap by a couple of tenths of a second there. Jimmo's dropped off. No damage to his wing. Liver Possum. Solid drive there at the moment. P4. High Tower Bean on the pressure from Scotty. Scotty had a look there. There's no DRS as of yet, so we'll stick on board with Scotty lining up a move on High Tower Bean. I think he's a bit too far back to make a move here. 9 astern going into the end of the first set. The Whiffy Winner. I think he needs to take his time around here. I think after a couple of DNFs, he needs to get back to where he was. Oh, he goes a bit wide. Oh, there we go. It's so easy to go wide there. The car just seems to not turn in. Lennon's into 11th place. He's gone backwards, unfortunately. Behind Forrester, who's on the soft tyre, which I predicted. He's going long into the race, say about lap 19-20, and then has a choice of hypers or ultras to go for. I personally go for ultras, so you can absolutely smack them to pieces. Benjamin's Prime on the back of King Chris. King Chris goes defensive. Benjamin's Prime all over the back. He seems a bit more comfortable in this sector. King Chris, maybe a bit lagging, maybe, I don't know. No change up top. Tomster controlling the pace very well. 141.3, solid first lap. So strange, but where's the pace gone from Jimmo? 7 attempts clear in qualifying, and he seems to be struggling a little bit. Stop doing that. Right. Sorry guys for any epilepsy people. Do apologise for skipping through it like an idiot. Alright, so Jimmo closing on the back of Ralph. Bit too far back. Kajas with a 3-second time penalty. I don't know what's happened to Tomster. He's lost about 7 attempts to Ralph. I'm going to stick on board with this for a little bit. So interval. So at the moment we've got battles for 8th and 9th, 2nd and 3rd. Battle for the lead basically. Let's stick on board with these guys. Tomster's coming under a bit of pressure. He had a command and lead in the first 2 laps. He seems to have lost it. 2 DRS zones around here, so stick on board. Can Ralph hold off Jimmo? Can Jimmo make the move? Jimmo's going for it. Oh, and there we are. Ralph has the inside for the next corner. There's camera angle there. Renault in 2nd place. Surprisingly up against the Red Bull. I don't know if you guys have seen a Drive to Survive thing, but Renault and Red Bull, not the best of friends. Scotty on the back of Liver Possum. Stick on board with Scotty, see if he can get himself up into 4th place. He is right on the back of Liver Possum. Is he going to make the move here? I personally wouldn't, but I think he's going for it. Nice, I think Liver Possum saw him coming. Realises he could have DRS for the next stage, which is way more offensive than the first DRS. Let's go on board of here. And Ralph close up on Tomster. Is he going to make a move? No. The guys at this stage of the race, you don't want to make any you know, errors of judgment because you could lose your front wing. I think everyone's been a victim around here with front wing damage at some point, even myself. It's a good battle going on for the lead. Tomster has got a fight on his hands. Jimmo and Ralph are pretty new to the league. I think they joined a couple of races back, so maybe it could have been a different championship order. Oh, and Jimmo's gone for the move up the inside, but Ralph has the better traction to come out the corner. Just holds on to second place. Sorry to be discriminate the guys at the back, but this is the battle for the lead. Scotty's now up to 4th place. Obviously, we covered that a minute ago, and he's catching actually the back of this trio. So I reckon in about 2 laps time, maybe we could see Scotty part of this. Oh no, what's happened? Oh, you should have gone on to the softs. You would have gone further into the race, mate. Honestly, them hyper softs are absolutely dog shit. They would have popped him with a 3-second penalty. Here we go. Scotty's joined the back of this three. This could get really tasty. Jimmo all over the back of Ralph. Actually, we're all going to be all over the back of each other in a minute. Everyone's going to have DRS on Tomster. The Canadians together. That could be fun. Maybe there's team orders involved. If he's like, move up my way. Kajas with a 5-second stop go penalty. Tomster gone a bit wide. Look at this. Oh, it's oh, Jimmo's lost out to Scotty. Scotty into 3rd place. Ralph with a 3-second time penalty. That could be tricky. It could be a Red Bull 1-2 at the moment as it stands, because Ralph will drop behind both Jimmo. There we are, Jimmo and Scotty. Tomster holding them off somehow. God knows how he's doing it. I think it's some sort of black magic he's got in that Red Bull. Renault pretty much up his bum. Is he going to make a move? A lot of people would have easily died up the inside there, being literally a hair's width behind. Blimey, that's close. No overtaking really through here. I mean, we saw Sergio Perez sideswipe bloody Sergio Sorokin through there, but nice little battle for the lead, to be fair. Couple of corners. This is it. Jimmo could be attacking Scotty in a minute. Is Ralph going to make a dive here? I don't think so. Oh, he is. He's looking for a move, and he's backed out of it. Hightower with a 3-second time penalty. Take your pick, guys. I don't want to call it here. Everyone, the top 3 are covered by 1.2 seconds. That is cray. And Tomster goes defensive. Oh, Ralph's got the move done, and he's got the inside line for the next corner. But Tomster's got the inside for the next corner. This is literally wheel-to-wheel stuff, and Tomster managed to hold on to the lead. God knows how, but it means now Ralph's under pressure from Scotty. I think Scotty's just hanging back and just making sure. Oh, is that wing damage for Ralph? Nope, he's fine. As you can see, there's a safety car. Oh, hello. So, and PR's got to drive through. That is tragic. He can't catch a break lately. I mean, I think he crashed out of the last race, unfortunately. So Tomster holds on to first, gets a safety car break. I think this is the pit window, guys. If I was them, I'll be pitting for a set of soft tyres and going as long into the race as humanly possible, you know. And then you gain so much. You gain so much in the pits, because anyone pits now, you can get to the end of the softs easily. I think people should be coming into the pits now, surely. Yeah, there we go. Thompson's in the pits. Is anyone following? Ralph, Scotty. Scotty! Oh no, they're double stacking! If I was Scotty, I would have probably just carried on. Just try something different, you know. Knowing your teammate's going to hold you up now. Oh, that's not good. Obviously, not the same thing as Mercedes in the Chinese Grand Prix. If he's going for a different route, I mean, maybe he's trying to go further into the race now that the top guys appeared. See, now the people on the soft tyre have got an advantage. Easy. Scotty, well, to be fair, you ain't lost that much, to be honest. That's not too bad. You're still basically in the same positions. So, yeah. So there we are. Whiffy has caught up to the back of the safety car. Let's get out of this view. So, who's made the most? So, PER doing pretty well. 11 places made up. Pos with 9. I think they were waiting for the sauce, weren't they? These guys brought them back into contention again. But the thing is, the guys behind them don't have to pit again if they don't want to. So it looked like Doc maintained his third place from last night, from what I can tell. But that's yesterday and this is today, so focus on this for just now. Whiffy winner, yet to pit yet. Could use this to his advantage. He obviously, Thompson has to come through a bit of traffic. Brake checking simulator 2019 incoming. Oh dear. You're absolutely right. You know, back on the old games, obviously some of the guys in here are too young to play the old games. In the safety car, it used to brake you manually, so you were never running into the back of anyone, which I think was genius because a lot of people are careless nowadays. They have a brake rapidly and catch you out. I miss them days, but then again, the safety car used to be glitched. Used to be so glitched on the old games. I mean, I remember getting disqualified once because I hit the safety car whilst I was in the 7th place. My car got absolutely fucking wrecked. Oh dear, what the no. Oh, I'm hoping, Scotty, you haven't brake checked. Haven't brake tested Jimmo. I'm pretty sure Jimmo is being serviced, but the game is really bad for... Yeah, there we are. Really bad for that. He's had a wing change. Luckily, the safety car is out, so he's still in this. It's all gone wrong for Jimmo after such an unreal qualifying. 7 attempts clear. Now he's in 13th place. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. F2 is really unpredictable. I mean, the last race I streamed was Bahrain, and that was pretty strange in itself. Who's done it 3 times? No idea. I'll have to look back. So if I was Pos, I'll be trying to hold up the likes of Tomster and all that lot, and then just to the point where you get onto your ultra at the end, and they're not that far ahead of you. Oh, Gemma, yeah. season veteran. I don't know if you guys have played the F1 2009 game, but basically the wheels were blocks, and the engineer was very strange, and the curves sounded like it was horrible. Honestly, the worst game Codemasters made, and then they made an absolute masterpiece of F1 2010. But I'm still not hurt of the fact that we haven't got that on backwards compatible, and we've got the shitty 2014 game on backwards compatible. You're crying, not me. Grand Prix 4 still better than F1 2009. Right. Anyway, back to the action. Is the safety car coming in this century, or I think Whiffy winner has died of old age, or at least in his 80s now. Oh yep, it's backing up. I think the safety car is coming in. No, it was only joking. And the safety car drives again, setting the fastest lap of a 5 minute 11. So Ralph's in a pretty good position. Obviously, he got a 3 second time penalty, but anything can happen at this point, you know. I think a safety car might come out and kill everyone randomly. Who knows? Codemasters just have crazy tricks up their sleeve. Okay, Braden. He looked pretty strong in qualifying, but 10th place. Obviously, he has pitted, so he's probably a net 5th at the moment. Obviously, he does have to pit again, mind, but there's no way he's going 22 laps on the set of ultras. Well, you can go, you can, but they literally, you'll be about 4 seconds off the pace by the end. Dragoon, not bad after his error in qualifying. Rounding out, well, just outside the top 10 at the moment. Obviously, he's stopped, so he could be right on the back of the top 5 guys, which haven't stopped yet. Forrester, he's already had 2 stops himself. Lennon is going for the record number of stops. He's already on 3. So Jim is only 9 seconds off the lead at the moment, so and he's had a wing change. I'd imagine the safety car's in this lap. Yep, see you later, Jock, mate. Cheers for dropping by. Is the safety car going to come in today? Find out after this break. Yeah, safety car in this lap. Thank you, race control. I was almost going to die of boredom. Safety cars. Safety car is fucking off, which is brilliant. I don't usually swear that much on my stream, but tonight I feel like why not? I called a safety car will be in this race at some point, thanks to Liver the Possum, which I've just realised has crashed out. Well, Rob. I've got all caught up in the safety car incident. I didn't actually realise who caused the safety car. Top commentator over here. Here we go. About to start racing again. With your winner, if he wants to get on the front. There we are. I think who's that? When you're making the move? Pause on King Chris. Oh no! Just has to dive out of it in the end. That's a cool angle. Not. Okay, so Whiffy is leading them all away. The net lead is in 6th at the moment. Oh, Scotty and Hightower. Go on, well done. Why are you saying sorry, Robbo? It's okay, mate. Right, so Whiffy Winner is pulling away from Benjamin's Prime. He needs to do this now. He needs to get as much of a distance between the likes of Poz and PTR because they're all on the same strategy at this point. Thompson just has to hang with the top guys, make sure he doesn't lose out to Ralph, who is currently under pressure from Hightower Bean, who's on 2 compounds softer. So he needs to defend that position. Otherwise, he might see the... Well, Thompson might as well say goodbye to his race win here. Hightower thinks better of it. Scotty really dropping off. Oh, he's lost out to Gemmo. No, he's battling with Gemmo. Good camera angle. Oh, don't kill each other, please. Not through here. Not through here. Oh, dear. Obviously, Gemmo's now on Ultrasoft, so he needs to push on. Has Scotty got any damage from that? Doesn't look like it. If anything, it's minor. Gemmo has damaged his front wing. As you can see, there is bits of it missing. Hightower all over the back of Ralph. As you would imagine, 2 compounds softer. Both done about the same amount of laps. off the field, just got wing damage. Oh dear. Classic Singapore. Oh, is Thompson lining up a move on PTR. PTR doesn't put up a fight, obviously, since he's on 7 lap older tyres and on a different strategy at this point. I think Pos and that lot might get a top 5 here. Obviously, with the likes of King Chris, we'll have to go into softs and they'll go into ultras. Could be a good old battle towards the end. Don't want to be an idiot on your stream, as you'd I wouldn't say doing an epic job, but cheers, mate. I appreciate it. I actually got told I was boring, so fair enough. Before this stream. So if we win a 2.5 seconds clear at the moment, Benjamin's Prime losing sight of Whiffy winner. Let's go for intervals. So it looks like it's a bit of a train behind Benjamin's Prime with both Hasses and Thompson now as well, for good measure. So who's moving out the way there? I think that's Pos moving out the way. Just think, why not? You know, no point holding up someone who's on much faster tyres. Well, better tyres, mind. Thompson making his way through the field. Ralph hasn't really gone through the field. He's actually lost out to Jimmo. So, and Jimmo's got wing damage as well, mind. So Ralph is not having a great run of it. I think he's lost about 2 seconds to Thompson, and don't forget they were right next to each other at the start of the race. So at the moment, your net lead winner at the moment is Thompson, barring any problems. Hightower doing well at the back of Pos Glad, who is struggling on his soft tyres. As you can imagine, these tyres degrade at a rate of knots. Thompson makes the move into second place. King Chris not touching that with barge pole. And now Thompson. Oh, Whiffy Winner has pitted. Where does Whiffy Winner come out? See that this is what I'm on about. Because he's pitted under racing conditions, he's gone from first to literally 20 seconds off, or almost 20 seconds off a point, because he didn't pit under the safety car. That's the thing. So we'll go on board with Thompson, who's all over the back of Benjamin's Prime. Don't go over the back of him. Oh no, you could have almost lost a wing there. Benjamin's Prime holds on. Thompson, just, you know you're not racing him. Just hold off. He's going to be pitting any minute. Any minute. You got Ralph, Jimmo, and all that lot far behind you. I wouldn't say far behind you, but a good couple of cars in between. Get him on the start finish straight, and then just focus on your own race. Right, is Benjamin's Prime going to pit? Nope, he's going on for another lap, which means he's going to be dead meat for Thompson. Is he going defensive on someone who's already got a pit stop on him? Okay. This is a great camera angle. Love that. So Thompson now looking up the move. He's got to have him through here, surely. Nope, he's actually holding on just a bit longer. Fair play to Benjamin's Prime, holding off the lead. Oh no! Oh dear, what is going on with Thompson? He needs to just calm himself. Benjamin's Prime has to make a pit stop. We'll drop him probably into about 13th, 14th behind Whiffy Winner. Obviously, Thompson can take these tyres to the end, barring no problems. He needs to not get that close. Pos Glad is sticking with him as well. Hightower, Ralph is closing in on Hightower, and this. Oh, and it's a move for Jimmo. He's got a proper damage wing now. Jesus, he's got like 2 end plates missing on both sides of his wing. He's still somehow keeping up with the pace. That's crazy. That's how much pace Jimmo's got, to be fair. Thompson. I think now it's critical to get past him if he doesn't pit. Oh, he timed that wrong with the passing in there, because now he's not got the best run going on to the start-finish line. Forrester, 3-second time penalty. It's a big old train behind Benjamin's Prime. Big old train. Thompson needs to make a move stick at this point. I did say wait a bit, but now Benjamin's Prime is just staying out on his tyres a bit too long. I think he's now got the job done. Yeah, he's got this done. Unless Benjamin's Prime... No, he thinks better of it. Thompson is now through. Now Thompson needs to... yeah, he's in a Sirotkin. Hopefully no Perez has come up behind him though. Otherwise that could be funny. Look at that, he's already pulled out an 8 tenth lead on him already. It shows the degradation of the Ultra Softs. It's just ridiculous. But maybe Benjamin's Prime is going for a, you know, hyper soft run at the end. Who knows? Glad is on the back of him on the soft tyre. Both at the pit as well. So yeah, the only three people to pit apparently is apparently PTR. I thought PTR did pit, but never mind. Maybe he crashed. Who knows? Just being focused on. Look at that. Thompson just pulled out a 2-second gap on Benjamin's Prime. He needs to get on to a different set of tyres now. Oh, Thompson with a 3-second penalty. That could be funny. Glad now moved up to the second place. Hightower doing a solid job in third place. He does need to pit again though, I'd think. Oh, he's lost it nearly. That is one hell of a drift. I didn't realise it was Colin McRae 2018. Oh, Scotty. Is he through? Scotty's into 5th. I'm going to try and hunt down Ralph. Try and get that 1-2 for Red Bull. Still that could have shot this weekend maybe, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the constructors for them is already in the bag, to be honest with you, but this would probably seal it. Dragoon with a 3-second time penalty. He's not having the best of races, if I'm honest. 14th place. The thing is, he can do better. I know he can do better. So Thompson just cruising out in first place. 3.5 seconds clear. Ralph, he hasn't really impressed since the safety car. I thought he would have side through the field at a much better rate of knots. Now he's got pace behind him. Obviously it is tricky to overtake around Singapore, as you can imagine. But obviously Thompson's had the same problem, but Thompson's got through. Obviously he took a while to get past Benjamin's Prime mine, but Jimmo, the thing is, when Jimmo pits, he's going to have to pit for a new front wing, which is probably going to put me further back. I don't know why he didn't go. Yeah, there we are. He's coming into the pits now. I think he's had enough of this. Hopefully, he's got a spare set of softs. Who knows? See what tyres he goes on to. So, I reckon he's probably going for another set of ultras, maybe. Oh, that took a while. Oh, I think he must have had a 5-second stop-go penalty, maybe. On top of that. Wow, he's not going well for Jimbo today. He must be absolutely seething. Because he could have easily had a race win today, but things just don't go your way sometimes. You have to make the best out of a bad situation. I think Thompson's comfortable at the moment. Paul's doing well. Only a couple more laps, he can go into the ultras and just absolutely start sliding his way through the field. Jimmo with a 3-second time penalty. That's the rage coming through, I think. Jimmo's retired. Jimmo, no! Where's he done it? Where's he done it? King Crestful, last lap, not bad. Where's he gone? Is he gone straight into the wall? Right, no, there he. No, Jimmo's just retired. He's just had enough. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Congrats on the pole though, but yeah, obviously, unfortunately, no points for qualifying. Which I'm annoyed there isn't. It should be at least pole, but 2 points for pole position. Because you break your fucking neck trying to get pole just for nothing, basically. Well, to be fair, if there was 2 points for pole, I probably won't be leading the championship at the moment. So, kudos. stick on board with the closest battle, which is the battle for second place between Posglad, Ralph and Scotty. Scotty trying to push for that Red Bull 1-2 with Tomster quite comfortably leading. Lennon and Kajas are having a very good race in 6th and 7th. Obviously, Lennon can take them tyres right to the end now, and still, you know, he's actually might be troubling Gary Braden for 5th place maybe. I did say he might finish in the top 7 before it started, which could be coming true right now. Any close battles? Forrester on the back of PTR. 10 laps fresher tyres than PTR at the moment. Oh my god! Oh wow! Oh wow! And he gives Kai for a lot of shit for crashing out. Unlucky Forrester, mate. That is interesting. Better not next time, bro. Gary Braden, what's happened to him there? Is he? Oh, it's the virtual safety car. Oh, okay, fair enough. I need to cotton onto that very quickly. Yes, like I also was wondering why he went that wide, trying to overtake BTR. But we'll never know. DRS enabled, and we're back racing again. So that's another position made up. So Whiffy back into 8th place. I'll tell you what, Whiffy could be up for pretty good points here if he keeps going. I mean, Poz has got a pit again, mind. Maybe either this lap or next lap he's going to be in the pits for a set of ultras. Personally, if I was Poz, I'd be coming in this lap for a set of ultras tyres. Hopefully he's not listening. Yeah. It's just an ironic amount of bullshit he gets Kai. That's why I found it funny. Anyhow. Tell you what, Poz hasn't really dropped off the back of Tomster that much, if I'm honest. If Poz puts on a set of Ultra Softs, I reckon he could do some damage. And Poz just lets them go. Lets them both go. Come on, Poz. You didn't have to give up your place there. You could have just carried on, mate. You're entitled to your bit of track. If they get past you, they get past you. But never mind, if it's beneficial for your race, then you crack on, son. Lennon on the back of Gary Braden. He could be on for a 5th place. Why did I sound like Kirk then? Jesus. 7 attempts behind Gary Braden. On about four laps younger tyres as well, so it could be pretty good towards the end. Obviously, I don't know the penalties situation, so this could all be gobbledygook until we get the final people crossing the line. Whiffy on the back. Oh, Kajas, no! Not like this. Same side of race in the points, just relax, mate. Kajas got a pit again. He cuts across him. That's the bit. Yeah, that was a bit much there, Kajas. He's then on the back of Gary Braden. He's got DRS now. I think this is the only battle on track, really. I think. So you got everyone moving a second of each other. You got Scotty a second off of Ralph. Poz is now dropped off back of the top 3, sorry. PTR on the back of Hightower. PTR hasn't actually pitted yet though, so I think the next battle could be between Dragoon and PTR. I think Dragoon's obviously stopped once at least. Yes, he stopped twice, so he's going to the end on them softs, which I could have called anyway. Poz up 9 places at the moment. Obviously he's going to drop a few places when he finally pits, because you lose crap loads of time around here. Even though it's really close between the 2-stop, you still wouldn't go over the 2-stop because you could get a penalty trying to overtake people. So Dragoon in the points. Tell you what, Ralph is starting to catch Tomster. Only 5.2 behind. Maybe Tomster's just cruising. Probably should have put the telemetry on board. That'd be a good one. Yeah, I think they are catching. Ralph is only 4.9 behind, and I believe they both have the same amount of penalties. Actually, I don't remember seeing Scotty getting a penalty at the moment, so he could be on. If he gets dragged along by Ralph, I reckon Scotty could win this. Oh shit. Dragoon, back at BTR. Oh, that's a bit of a corner cut, but we'll let it slide. I think BTR's tyres have gone at this point. Gary Braden! No! Virtual safety car, where's he gone? Where has he gone? He's doing such a solid drive as well in 5th, and I don't know where he's been, to be fair. Oh no, how has he done that? Goodness gracious me. Bizarre incidents, guys, in places you wouldn't think people will crash at. So Lennon in 5th place. I think it's a solid drive for Lennon. I think he's my driver of the day if he stays where he is. So he's done 3 stops and he's managed to somehow get yourself up into 5th. Obviously, if he keeps going, we'll drive through for Whiffy. Ah, that's tragic. Lennon's got 19 seconds back to 6th place. Well, anyway, back to the lead. Scotty 4 attempts off the back of Ralph. Must have absolutely nailed it on the exit of the virtual safety car ending. Because I always get a bit worried that I'm going to get a drive through if I'm 0.01 over the limit. When everyone else just seems to bomb it as soon as it goes safety car ending. Scotty going to make a move. I think Ralph's going defensive. And then cuts across him. Probably should have left a bit more room there for Scotty. Scotty locked up there, because if he didn't, he would have gone straight in the back of Ralph. Just a bit spaced out. Benjamin's Prime all over the back of Dragoon. Sitting in 8th place now. Benjamin's Prime on his much fresher soft tyres, I'd imagine. Actually, no, only 1 lap. Oh, fair enough. It's actually pretty close in between them both. Lennon up into 4th. I think Poz has finally pitted. No. Oh, wait, he's saying he's on ultras, but I'm seeing yellow right now. We're about to see Poz absolutely butt rape the field, or at least up into 5th place. He's going to be about a good 2-3 seconds faster than all the soft runners, or most of the soft runners anyway. Swizz leaves Psych alone. He's only a wee boy. Okay, Lennon looking pretty good. Thompson's decided to push on the loud pedal a bit more. He's pulled out another 5 attempts on Ralph. I think he's got this at the moment. Just managing the pace back. Stick on board with Poz. I think he's going to be a nice entertaining driver towards the end of the race here. All over the back of Hightower. He's going to go around the outside like he's not even there. That was just sexy, that was. Fair play, Poz. 20 seconds, can you do it? Lennon's on very, very old soft tyres against your very, very new tyres. To be fair, I don't think Sykes sent Ghost mind, because if he did, it would affect Sykes' reputation. So, and Sykes done well to get it back to basic again. Now, people are starting to like Psych now, so. Okay, so Ralph, it seems to be oscillating between 5.6 and like 4.6, depending on whether Thompson can be asked to race properly. Okay, there's no big battles on the track at the moment. Obviously, you got PTR on the back of Kajas, that could be dangerous. PTR's got Kajas off the. That was a weird overtake, to be fair. Whiffy, I think he's had his drive through, so he's back in ninth. Posglad with a 39. Lennon's pitted. Lennon, no, he could have gone to the end. Ah, bruh. To be fair though, you're going to be about several seconds quicker than everyone else around you, so it's going to be a fun ending. I'm back here to finish in the top 7. So Pos, he could, well, I don't think he's going to catch the top 3 unless he's a good 5 seconds a lap faster. Alright, so the big battle is between Scotty and Ralph, because Ralph is really catching Thompson. He's pulled a second on him. He was 4.6, 4.8, now 3.8. I think Thompson's made a mistake somewhere. Is he going to get damage on his wing? Nope. I think he's just teasing everyone. Or Ralph has really just decided to like try now. 1% in that comment. Yeah. He speaks in full-on Scottish modes, Psych, mate. You need to get used to it. To be fair, all Scottish people sound like that when they're talking in text. You tend to get used to it. I mean, I've been talking to Johnny Bravo for ages. You tend to get used to the Scottish slang and whatnot. But to be honest, I don't understand it either. Anyway, back to the action. Dragoon, 7th place, 7 tenths behind Benjamin Sprite, who's now just starting to catch the back of Hightower. He's doing a solid job, to be fair. 5th place, only 5 seconds behind Pos. And needs to get on the back of Dragoon. That could be an interesting battle. Race. Yes, I am very racist. Deal with it, Huskin. Please don't report me. 2.9 now between Thompson and Ralph. The thing is, Ralph's bringing along Scotty, and I'm pretty sure Scotty doesn't have a pen, so Scotty just doing what Max Verstappen did back in Monaco and just using Sebastian Vettel to drag him up places. He's only 1 second off the lead at the moment, in theory, Scotty. I'm not too sure. If the viewers want to correct me and say that Scotty has a penalty, then fair play. Ralph is starting to catch Thompson. I don't know what's happening to Thompson. Is he going to finally step on a loud pedal? He's 1.1 seconds off the pace. Ralph's doing 41.2s at times at the moment. 2.3 second the gap now. Thompson, use your right pedal, come on. Not that I'm cheering you on, it's just you had a 5 second lead, geez. So at the moment, Scotty is in the prime position to win this race if he hasn't got a pen. Yeah, I was thinking, it's like, obviously I've seen Hightower. I know I've seen Ralph and Thompson, but Scotty's right on the edge of a race win here, which would be interesting for the championship. Pos is in like no man's land at the moment, obviously because he didn't put under the safety car. But you know, 4th place. I think he'll be happy with 4th place. Yes, Bishop. I'm not really a centre back, mate. I hate to break it to you. I'm more of a striker, but I'm still the best centre back in the team. I also got man of the match that game as well. Just saying. Actually got man of the match both games, but you know I don't want to lick my own bum. And I'm pretty sure he still lost the game anyway, so twice. Anyhow, back to the footage. Ralph 1.3 seconds off of Tomster, and Scotty's only 2.6. So Scotty at the moment, if he's barring any penalties, could be on for a race win, which is very unlikely. I love Scotty, but I didn't really see him winning this race, especially after he was about 8 tenths off the pace of Jimmo. But I'll tell you what, he's proved me wrong. So Ralph 9 tenths off of Tomster. I don't know what's happened to Tomster. Maybe he's tired. Do you know what? I'm starting to think Tomster's struggling from tyre attempts. I mean, that's the only way I can think of him. Maybe his front right is just gone off with tyre attempts. Like I said before at the start of the race, it feels like you're missing an end plate. And that's why Ralph is now caught up the back of him, because I think Ralph looked after his front right. And it's back to 3 temps. No, I don't know. If Scotty can stick with him, Bish, I think Scotty could still have it. But if Ralph gets past Thompson now and then pulls a 3-second gap, then yes, I can see Ralph finishing in the lead here. Yeah, good shout, Squiz. It could be a Ralph win. Poz is kind of stuck at 25 seconds now. He's got a good old gap back to Benjamin's Prime, who's just forever dropping back off him. Lennon on the back of Hightower. I think Lennon could get 6th place here, maybe even 5th, because he's only not too far behind Benjamin's Prime as well. Don't know what I'm gonna stick on the lead, guys. So I'm sorry if I hurt anyone's feelings, but this is the business end of the race. You're going for a 2nd time penalty. That's never good. But I think he's gonna hold him to 8th place with a winner. Good 11 seconds behind him. Ralph had a look there. He had a look. Fill in that Red Bull with Renault yellowness. So 8 temps covering the top 3. Scotty, if he keeps it clean, I think he knows that. I think he knows. He's looked at the times. He's probably heard my commentary, so he realises Tom's got a penalty, Ralph's got a penalty, and just trying to make sure he doesn't get any more himself. PTR of a 3-second time penalty himself, as I was just talking about penalties. So, barring any incidents, this looks like the top 3. 4 laps to go. How has it been 27 laps? I don't know. It feels like it's been 5. Believe it or not, the qualifying felt slower than this. Ralph all over the back of Tomster. You can just tell Tomster isn't 100% comfortable at the moment, especially through the right-hander. So through here, I reckon he's losing a lot of grip. As you can see, he's just struggling to get that car turned in. So Ralph, is he going to make a move? He needs to make a move now, because he's going to lose out here, mate. He's going to finish on the podium. At least Scotty. Yeah. Oh, what's happened here? Scotty's gone for it. That makes no sense. Must have missed that. I think, did Ralph make a... I was looking down at my phone there, looking at the comments. Damn it. Did Ralph make a mistake there? I'm not quite sure, but it's a Red Bull 1-2 as it stands. It could be a Red Bull 1-2 if... unless Scotty doesn't get... Well, either way, if Scotty gets a pen, it could be a Red Bull 1-2. Has Ralph got any damage to his car? No. I think Scotty could be going. Ralph got a pen and let him past. Oh no. Maybe he realises if they go at it like hammer and tongs, they might crash into each other. I don't know if you guys remember Istanbul 2010, but I do, and it went well for Red Bull that day. So stuck on board. I think Ralph knows he's going to finish third. There's unfortunately for Poz, he's a bit too far back to challenge. I think Poz will take that 4th place any day of the week after starting I think he started 13th. I think he'll be my driver today. Tell me what you guys think who your driver today is. I think because Lennon pitted, he kind of dropped out of my he went up like 2 places. Poz 9 places. Started on them soft tyres. Got a bit fortunate with the some change for the lead here. Thompson's gone defensive, but Scotty, he's just trying to hold on to him, put him under pressure. Oh no! What's happened to Ralph? All he had to do was just coast. That's all he had to do. What has he done? Poz could be on the podium. Poz could be on the podium. That's going to be a good podium. Pretty sure I can see the direction from here. How has he binned it there? Someone explain to me. I think Ralph is thrown his controller and broken his TV. Just speculating. Ralph, I don't know how you done that, Geese. Kudos to that. You could have literally reversed around the track for the last three laps and got third, so... Oh, I think it's Swizz. We blame Swizz. We put the commentator's curse on you. You said he was going to win. Poz in P3. You can see his grin from here, to be honest with you. You can just imagine he's just bouncing up and down. I think they're just going to hold position. The Red Bulls. I think that's done and dusted. Oh, Scotty, don't do that. Don't do that, Geese. Tell you what, if Scotty did that and just binned it after all he has to do for 2 laps is just stick behind Thompson. Could you imagine that? And Poz somehow gets 2nd place. Oh dear. But yeah. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys, but Poz glad for driver of the day. Personally. I was gonna do a little I was gonna invite driver of the day in, but since Poz is already on the podium, no point in that. I was gonna do a little set piece there with getting someone in, like the driver of the day. We never really invite driver of the day in, which I think we should, personally. Or just someone out of the top 3, you know, just a random person, just to tell them how their race went, etc. Because, you know, some people never get to do a podium interview, and, you know, just have like a special guest every now and then. I mean, not every race, but every now and then. So, only this and a bit of a lap to go, and looks like Red Bull are on for another 1-2. Any close battles? So you got Hightower and Bean. Lennon, I don't know what's happened to Lennon. He's into 7th. He's lost a bit of his front wing. Oh, Lennon. Just coast at home, son. Coast at home, 7th place. I did say you'll get a top 7. You're welcome. Whiffy winner after his AI decided to kill himself. Doing what? Not bad in 8th place. ETR, 9th place. I think you can be happy with that. No points last week out. I think just getting his confidence back. Finishing the points. Making sure, you know, adds to his championship standing. King Chris, solid 10th place, 14 seconds back to Kajas. Tell you what, big shout out to Kajas, keeps going, he's not on the points, 15 seconds off, but I'll tell you what, he hasn't quit, he hasn't retired, he hasn't got angry, he's just carried on. So back to the leaders, Tomster. I could be wrong, you know, I could have missed a penalty, but looks like these are the two cars. They've been a standout from the field in this division. I think they've got the best race pace in the league. I mean, you saw Jimmo and Ralph. They did match him from time to time, but I think these guys are prone to less mistakes. Obviously, I haven't seen Jimmo and Ralph all too much. Obviously, I race with them quite a bit, but I never really see him that much, unfortunately. And there we go, Tomster, and it's Scotty that takes the win as predicted. 1-2 for Red Bull. Not a bad result. Scotty closes the gap to Tomster, who I think is a couple of points ahead. Great win, mate. Unreal win. You did well there, going through the field. Unfortunately, you don't get my driver today, but you were close. Pos glad. I don't think he's going to stop talking about this until the end of time, so we'll get him in the party in a bit. Right, Lennon, is he going to finish? Oh, Lennon, don't know what's happened there. Lennon in 5th place. Quality drive from him. He's had a strange season, but 5th place for him is very good. Howie Tower in 6th place. Dragoon has forgot to fuel his car before the start of the race and ran out. PTR only 2 seconds off of an 8th place. Crazy. Quinn Chris going through the last couple of corners. He's going to round out with top 10, and then we'll get these guys in the podium interviews, and I can give them grief. Now I was going. Let's watch Kazas come across the line. He's just going to bin it. Nope. Nope, he's going to finish this race because he is fucking determined. Yeah, great drive, Lennon, mate. Great drive. Right, cheers, Ivy, mate. Appreciate that. Hopefully, I wasn't too boring, lads. My voice is pretty monotone, to be fair. It's hard to put a lot of effort into your voice when people are trying to sleep. There we go, Scotty on the top step of the podium. Red Bull 1-2. Pos is black apparently, so fair play. We'll ignore the fact that he's ginger in real life. Right, let's get these into the party, shall we? Right, the party. Obviously, include your. Oh, I don't think you can interview. Wait there. I'm gonna. Sort out on the Twitch. Right, that was an interesting race to say the least. Blow ups, penalty changes, so messed up the. Well, a lot of people got penalties. Shout out to Pos and Scotty, obviously, for not getting a penalty. Right, so we move on to the race winner of Scotty, mate. I'll tell you what, you did a solid drive. Obviously, I didn't back you to win because you was quite far from qualifying. I know you could have finished second in qualifying. But talk about your race, mate. You did a solid win there. Talk us through.
Yeah, it was just standard Singapore race. I thought I was faster than most of the people, probably Tom as well, but you can't get past him really. So I was just I knew he had. I knew they both had penalties when I was in third eventually, so I was just sitting back and just letting the rest unfold. Really, I'm a bit annoyed at Jimmo. He kept hitting me in under the safety car, and I think he changed his wing about 3 times. And then when he came out, he was like proper fighting for like positions and stuff, and he was just like proper forcing me off the track a couple of times. But it is what it is. So,
tell us about when you saw the top three battling and you caught them pretty quickly. What was going through your mind when you was like, yes, you got to be back into this race now?
In the first stint.
Yeah.
Yeah, as usual, I had one of my usual bad starts where I lost about 2 places, I think 3 places. As normal, because I can't get my starts good. And then I just overtook them and then caught up to the pack, and I was like, I'm either going to sit and wait or just try and get past a few, and then I knew I could challenge for the win, to be honest. But yeah, Tom made it a bit easy having the penalty.
Well, solid drive, mate. Obviously, moving on to, I think, is it Russia next week? It's got to be in it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Russia. Thoughts around there? I reckon it's obviously it's penalty city, so thoughts around there before moving on.
Yeah, I did all right at my AOR race, whenever it was, I think. So
Awesome. Right, well, congratulations, mate. Obviously, a Red Bull 1-2 for years. Hopefully, the championship battle goes down to the wire. So, best of luck, mate, for the rest of the season. Right, well, moving on to second place, Tomster. You were very dominant for 95% of the race. You had a 6-second lead. Obviously, it's always gutting to see that go down. Can you tell us what happened, mate?
As Adam said, I felt like I was as fast or faster than most people. I think Ralph was probably the fastest person race-wise. Adam was probably third fastest, and I put myself second. But basically, start of it, I started second, got a really good start, was first. Just tried to get as much time as possible, and Adam and Ralph, after all the safety cars and stuff. But I don't know, I just wasn't quick on the softs. They let me down a bit.
You're welcome, Tom.
Did you not suffer from tyre temps then? Is that not what slowed you down?
No, because the tyre temperatures were only bad after the safety car, but that's when I started overtaking, like gapping. Pete got the 6-second gap, and my tyre temperatures were all right. I don't know.
Sorry, I thought there was a theory that your front right might have gone off. Maybe I'm.
Oh, my front right was terrible compared to the rest of my tyres.
Yeah.
That was the only one that was a bit
just a bit shit.
Yeah, because if it goes into yellow, the car feels horrible to handle through the fast, flowing right-handers, left-handers. Sorry. So no. Well, you came second, 1-2 for Red Bull. Obviously, I think you're still leading the championship. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's like 3 points, I think now.
2 points.
3 points. Look at that, ridiculous. Obviously, you guys have been like the stand apart from the rest of the league this year. Both consistent. I'd imagine you're looking pretty forward to Russia, perhaps maybe get that win this time.
Oh,
you can only hope.
I think the win at Bahrain tired me out.
Of course.
Sure.
Right, well, best of luck, mate, for next week. And moving on to probably the happiest person in the podium is this wanker. I mean, Pos. Tell me, mate, did you expect the podium today?
Nope.
Talk us through, mate. Talk us through.
Qualifying, I was 3 seconds off the pace. Had a good final lap on Q2 and then rode over the final corner curve like an idiot. I think I might be in a bit of trouble as well. I balls my qualifying lap up and retired the car right on the line and didn't look behind me, and I think I've caused Forrest to have a 5-place penalty and made Whiffy blow up and get out of Q3. So that probably needs to be
that was Whiffy's AI. That wasn't your fault.
Oh, was it?
AI
Okay.
did that. Yeah.
Right,
so you should be fine, unless Forrest has a clip. Then fair enough. But it shouldn't be that much.
He was more laughing. He was more laughing at it, trying to look at what I was doing. But no, the race, mate, started awful. I was like 13th or 14th at the start. Ended up falling back to last because I outbraked myself. Nearly ruined Kajas's race. So I just sat at the back. Everyone just pitted him from the safety car. Didn't pit him. My tyres would go to lap 20. became a human fucking a human chicane for people behind me. No one could get past me. I think Hightower pitted then, and obviously I actually let Ralph and Scotty through. It's a funny little thing, Rob. I ended up my glasses are a little bit steamed up, so I thought my tyre.
Yeah.
I was looking obviously dead straight at the TV as you do. I checked my tyre wear. I saw an 8, so I thought I had 68% wear. So obviously I'm like, right, okay, I'm gonna let Ralph and Scott go because I thought I'd be coming in the pits. Looked again, it was 38%. So I let them through for no reason.
I know. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking at the time. I was like, you could have held on to that, mate. You weren't dropping that much to fresh soft anyway to Tomster. So I was thinking to myself, I thought maybe you thought you were holding them up. Maybe I'm not quite sure about that, but you got yourself a podium. You didn't lose your front wing or anything. So started like what 13th? Was it 13th or 14th?
13th, yeah.
13th, yeah. So good old 10 places made up. Obviously, I'm not quite sure where you are on the table, mind.
I think I'm third now. I think I'm third behind you two.
Third, so
sure I'm
there
third.
we are.
Did Forrester DNF?
Forrester DNF. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you are.
Sweet,
Yeah,
nice one.
well, to be honest, lads, yeah.
The only problem
Anyway,
I've got now, Rob, is trying to catch up these two.
What's your
You know what
point? Yes,
catch up.
exactly. I hope these guys, them guys
Block.
have a Red Bull Istanbul moment every race from now until the end of the season. So go on then, Boz. Your expectations for Russia? Maybe finishing without disqualification? Who knows? What do you reckon?
Literally just finish to start with.
Yeah.
And then basically just work out from there and hope just try and beat one of the two of them. My goal is to try and beat the leader of the championship. Obviously, Tom and Scott are on a different level compared to me today, but third I didn't expect to get it. So Russia, don't corner cut, mate. Get as minimal penalties as possible and make up for it. I'm probably about, I'd say, 7th or 8th out of these guys in terms of true pace, so hopefully there's some people crashing. But other than that, mate, good race. Probably the best one I've had round here this season, I reckon.
Yeah. Oh, just to say, I don't know if you will listen to my stream, but you were my driver of the day.
Oh, cheers, man.
Obviously. I was going to invite the driver of the day into the podium anyway, just as a one-off kind of thing, but since you're driving the day, didn't have to. So
cheers,
thank you for that. Anyway, yeah, congratulations, mate. Anyway, guys, I'm going to round out the stream. It's been a pleasure, doing this. I don't always do it, unfortunately, but when I do, it's always pretty fun. Had lots of comments in the stream. A lot of viewers had 23 at one point, which was pretty cool. Which I didn't expect at all. But yeah, cheers, guys, for putting on a real performance, as you always do anyway.